exactly you talking about?
I'm talking about nuclear fucking war.
Who is this?
face.
They're fine, I guarantee you.
Okay, got the microphone. Gonna reduce the volume. Hey, there we go.
Hey,
How are you fine folks doing?
good, thank you.
Huzzah!
How are you doing?
Doing well, doing well. Tired, but what else is new?
Yeah.
Speaking of all that crazy stuff, how goes the search for places? Said you might have found a place in Kilkenny?
Yeah, fingers crossed.
We've applied, so I think it's going to go to a landlord's decision, based on the number of people that like handed in an application and their references.
Cool, and then you said Elle's gonna be there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You guys excited for Starlight Brigade?
Oh yes. Very excited. It'd be great to live with Elle, so we could all work together in the same space.
Is there anything you guys need from me on that so far?
No, not right now. Not that I can think of.
Cool.
Not yet.
I know there will be at some point. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, it's been a crazy week of just like every day there was something kind of new that was unexpected. Like
Mhm.
because we're trying to look further afield from Dublin, it has meant traveling a lot.
Oh dear.
Through trains and stuff. So
Yeah.
It's weirdly like if you pick the wrong time during the day for a viewing, you almost land in this kind of void of travel, where it's like, oh, you've got a viewing at 5. That's cool. You can get the train there, and you'll arrive at 3. Oh, but then there's not another train until 7.
So you just
So
stuck.
it's like, yeah.
Guess we'll get food here or something.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's been okay.
But I hope that we get this place, because I don't want to have to keep looking. It takes so long. So fingers crossed.
Got my fingers crossed for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank
Keep
you.
them crossed.
I'm just working on little Amelia right now.
Cool.
Let me get your photo up so I can see.
Is he still sad?
Oh, of course.
Yeah. I love
Yeah.
this picture that Elle's put into the peg bar of all the helmets through the ages.
Yeah, I was looking at that one closer up. Mhm.
That's awesome.
Whew, yeah, we got a lot of stuff done for Heartboner recently.
That's awesome.
Yeah, everything's kind of I did a lot of my part, at least my initial stuff. So now all I have to do is do draw overs, and then I actually have
That's
a scene
cool.
I'm pretty much animating, just to kind of get that done and out the way, get ready for cleanup.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I mean, it's more work, but animation's super fun, so.
yeah. As long as I have the time for it, I'll be okay.
What shot do you think you'll be doing?
Oh, I've actually already started it. It's for chorus 1. It's the big one where
Oh,
it says "Feelings onto you."
Awesome.
Yeah. So.
Wow, that's gonna be interesting.
Parker kind of brought that about 75% of the way there, but he was real struggling with the last bit. So I said like I'll take care of that, and he can move on to chorus 2.
I got you. So you've got kind of enough animation to work from.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
All that good stuff. But yeah, you saw chorus 2, so that's laid out. I did a little bit more work in the breakdown section of that. And then I did it for the last one, which was really scribbly. But yeah, and then he's gonna pop that sucker on model and start animating it, and he's actually able to work full time.
Yeah, that's great.
For Heartboner, so he's gonna be like, it'll be like, the animation will be like ready in like a week, which is fantastic.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. That's great though.
And then he's already started clean up on scene 3, which I need to take a look-see at. Yeah. So we're moving right along on that one, and then of course Renee is knocking out the backgrounds. I gave her all the layouts.
That's awesome too.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well done on getting that layout and everything done as well for the chorus 2.
What's that?
I know that for chorus 2 you're a little bit stumped on what to do for it, so it's great that you've got to blitz it out.
Yeah, it's basically just whenever I'm stuck, I just rip off better films. So I found a bunch of like Anastasia and Beauty and the Beast references, and I just I literally, like, for some of them I just laid it in there, traced it first, and then edited it to meet my purposes.
Nice.
So it was like, I think it was like a Beauty and the Beast scene with them dancing, and they were kind of doing this nice rotation, and I was like, okay. So I copied the rotation, and I put them on our models, and then I basically took that rotating and then made them slide in with that into Dan dropping to the knee.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So just kind of like just enough that like once Parker animates, it'll become its own thing.
I really love that scene. That's great.
Yeah.
So what is it that Dan is holding up to her?
That's going to be a crown, a queen's crown.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
I was like, what is this going to be? Nefarious.
Could be anything.
I saw Isle of Dogs yesterday, which was fantastic.
Ah.
Oh, cool.
Cool.
You'd recommend it?
Yeah, I mean, it's Wes Anderson, which is like, I'm a big fan.
Yeah, he's great. I recently showed Mike the Grand Budapest Hotel,
Oh, yeah.
which is hilarious.
Makes me laugh so damn much.
That skiing scene gets me every time.
I mean, thinks me, breathes me, laughs me. Oh shit, you got him! I love that scene.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, like the simple fact that like they let dogs cry, and flipping, like they give them tear ducts. It's like makes it so emotional.
Oh no.
Because I was like, I know this scene shouldn't be this emotional, but god damn it.
That's great. That's a good sign.
Yeah. We got a nice few people in the chat here.
Hello, chat peoples.
Hello.
This is Michael in India chat.
Hello.
Oh, I just realized I have the microphone like right next to me.
That's fine. You guys are usually very quiet, so this actually works out all right.
Okay.
I'm not picking up any lip smacking or anything, so you're fine.
Not
That's
causing
good.
any ASMR.
You can do that on request.
And I've got some Night Runner playing in the background.
Yeah, I could hear it. It sounds great. I've got really into them since we started the Nightwolf project.
Yeah. And I also I added what do they call it? Categories now to the chat, so you can see. Yeah, public channels, project channels, administration, and voice channels.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Sounds swanky.
Once I adjust it a little bit, I'll give other people access to the scribe study, so you can access Calendar Bot.
Yeah.
Also, hello Insanimate, welcome to the stream.
Hello.
Insanimate's one of my most loyal, I guess, participants. They're always here at the streams.
I think I remember seeing you in one of the first streams that we were on.
Yeah. A regular.
Just like good fiber.
Keeps you regular.
And then things are finally starting to slow down a little bit here now that I've got Heartboner back on track. I'm gonna be. It's probably gonna be a late night tonight, but after that, things should ease up a little bit for me. As far as my powerhouse work.
Are you doing some powerhouse today?
Yep, I'm gonna be doing it after my film work. So after I get this little segment animated here, which is it's about a couple seconds long. So after I get this animated, I'll call that good, and then I'll get working on some powerhouse stuff, and then I'll probably work the night on that, and then get that to my director, and then go home, get some doodads left over at the old place, move it into the new place, and then take a long nap.
How do you recover after a normal day?
Sleep for 12 hours.
Okay.
It usually does it all right.
That's awesome though. Just a little bit longer to go. I'm pushing full throttle and then you'll be able to ease up a bit.
Yeah, it's just everybody seemed to like all of a sudden need everything from me.
Yeah.
All at once.
You've got full-time Castlevania happening, then you've got Heartboner happening, and you've got Nightwolf happening, you've got Moving House happening.
All at the same time. We're almost done with the house moving. Thank God.
Yeah.
We just gotta move like the last little tidbits out of the old place and then do a clean.
That's good. That's a day's work. You can do that.
Yeah.
We've been good responsible adults and neglected the cleaning completely, so now I have to do it all tomorrow in one day.
Yay!
I'm sure we'll be fine. Just do a super fast job and put everything in boxes, it'll be fine. So Jeffrey's corner.
It's just a viewing tomorrow, it's not a inspection. So.
I know, but if we can get it packed away, then that's just sort of thing I don't have to do really.
Trying to add a little dimension to this. That thumb kind of pops out. I don't know if I like that. Let's fix that thumb.
Fix that thumb.
Yeah, I mean we're both kind of in the same boat in that regard.
Yeah, it's weird how it worked out.
Yeah.
I hope that our move can happen as quickly as yours has.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I just kind of want to get it out of the way, to be honest.
Yeah, just so you don't have to worry about it anymore.
Exactly.
There we go. This doesn't feel right. Why is this not feeling right?
I've got I've got 4 more pages left to color.
Oh yeah, how's that going?
Issue. It's okay. I've got a deadline, I think, this Monday for it. I need to actually ask whether it's by Monday or end of Monday. But yeah, so that's the last 4 pages of the 40-page first issue.
Wow! Congratulations.
I ended up working on 10 pages yesterday, and 4 of those were for Coda, and 6 of those were for India. For her, like, we applied for a thing called Creators for Creators this morning, which is a grant for making comics. We were both going to submit a comic, but when it came down to it, it was like there wasn't enough time. Really.
Aww.
So I jumped off mine to help India color hers.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it was super appreciated and much needed as well.
Also, thank you, NGSGS, person in the chat, being kind and complimentary.
Aww.
Yay.
That's awesome.
You sound so tired.
Yep. Yeah, I'm okay now. That was the reason for my question of like, how do you bounce back from an all-nighter? And you're like, I usually get lots of sleep afterward. I'm like, oh yeah, I can't do that. Okay.
Yeah, you just kind of have to schedule them, you know. Hello, Perkins. Yeah, you just basically that's what I do. Is I just like, all right, if it's gonna be an all-nighter tonight, then I need to make sure that I get rest the next day. Just as kind of a preemptive.
Yeah. Like if you know it's gonna happen.
Yeah. So the long and short of it is you plan for it if you can.
Yeah.
It sounds like the antithesis of all-nighters, but that's...
Why would you ever plan to do an all-nighter?
Yeah.
No, that makes sense though.
Yeah.
It's like you've got a like a wake elasticity thing. Like if you pull too tight or you pull back on it, you need to have a release period.
Yeah.
Man, this unicorn is so freaking creepy.
Unicorn?
Well, it's a pentacorn, but it's like a mutated unicorn. And like its eyes are just like just red. Just full on red, and has a mouth full of sharp teeth.
Damn.
And it's just the craziest kind of...
Is this... Oh, that's right, it's part of your comic, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh wow, we got 16 folks in here now. Look at that.
Ahoy there!
Hey!
Ahoy hoy.
Welcome to the good ship, Patrick.
There's no time for love, only animate.
You can love animating.
This is not true. I'm just kidding.
I hate it.
Just get like really old and cynical all of a sudden.
I'm too old for this shit.
I mean, that is something I've talked a little bit about like the passion for it and what, like, I think a lot of people, animation's one of those things where you see the results, and the results are kind of designed to hide how much work went into them.
Yeah.
So people get this false idea of how easy it is to animate and the level of dedication it requires. The years of study, you know?
Yeah, 100%. It's definitely true that when people come to you and ask you to do animation, they have no clue how long it's going to take, or how much it takes.
That probably equates to the pricing too, when you think about it.
Definitely. I mean, after all, it's only a couple of seconds. It's just that couple of seconds takes months to make.
Yeah.
People seem to think that animators being unreasonable with what they charge until they realise that it literally takes them 2 months full time to make it.
I had a family member contact me recently about a project he wanted to do, and he wanted a 5 to 7 minute animation. And didn't hear back from him after the price.
So 7 minutes, like My Dad the Giant, right?
God, yeah. I should be getting paid for this. Here, I actually have it here if I can pull it up. How do I move this over here? How do I... Can't read it. Okay, here we go. So yeah, 5 to 7 minute animated short to go along with it. And I said 5 to 7 minutes load animation, you're looking at a minimum of 60 to 84 grand. Yep.
And they were like, I have 500.
They're like, I gotta go. Don't call me, we'll call you. Yeah. It's just a lot of work. People aren't ready for it. Can you imagine if like he was good for that budget though?
Oh my gosh.
Then I would have to start an LLC.
Yeah, exactly. Then it would have to be a good project. You wouldn't want to be stuck doing 7 minute short something that was awful.
I mean, oh, you mean like I have to believe in the concept?
No, I mean more. It would have to be not awful as in not something with terrible ideals or they wouldn't want their name attached to it.
I don't know. 84 grand though.
I will sell out all my ideals for this.
I mean, it's part of being a professional is that like if they pay for it, you do it, right?
Well, I guess to a point, I wouldn't do anything which would be like racist or anything.
Like at Powerhouse, we actually have to be neutral when it comes to politics.
Yeah.
Just because you can't like say yes to one and no to another client, like, but it just puts bad juju in the air.
Well, I guess that's like Powerhouse's choice, isn't it? Since you guys are working with Powerhouse, they'll decide which projects they think it's good to represent them.
Yeah.
I have to kind of trust that they know what they're doing.
Yeah. I think I need to change this end key. I think I've made his pinky too big, and then not big enough. It basically shrinks. No, I didn't properly anticipate that. But yeah, that's a hard area to get into when it comes to animation.
Yeah. I'm sure that whatever project it was that you take on, you'd make it look awesome.
Yeah, and the person who contacted me was my cousin Matt, and I know him pretty well, so.
Yeah. You trust him.
It's not just that, it's just like I know him as a person and his ideals, and so I don't think it would be something that would be like really against what I think.
Yeah, just out of left field.
Yeah.
Suddenly.
God, this is like super chill music to just work to.
It's really nice.
Yeah. It's like that perfect level of relaxing and motivating, which is hard to find.
That's true.
Especially as like an avid metal fan, that's very difficult to find.
It is. Metal's motivating most of the time, at least.
Yeah, it can. Sometimes you can get exhausted just listening to it, though.
Yeah.
I searched a happy/motivating playlist of music on YouTube, and I stumbled on one that was like not. It was like, how? Okay, so India and I actually like started listening to it at 1.5 times the speed, just to get a little bit of.
Wait, what were you listening to at 5 times the speed?
It was like 1.5 times the speed, but it was just like pop songs that were in a happy/motivating playlist.
All right.
But it was like songs like the one that you don't. What was the "Let Her Go" song or something? And there's a whole
Let
bunch.
Her Go.
Let Her Go. Or like Coldplay.
They were just like not motivating or happy at all. They were all really depressing. But at 1.5 the speed, they all actually sounded pretty good. So.
Well, alrighty.
Yeah. Took those ballads and turned them into some kind of glitch hop motivational thing. It's nice to get back to Nightwolf.
Yeah.
Yesterday's insane deadline. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the stuff you guys been doing for it has been fantastic. So.
It's awesome. I just want to do more of it.
Yeah, I actually showed one of my friends here. He's one of the co-directors on our new IP, and he was really impressed with what we did for Nightrunner so far.
Yes.
And those are the words those were the words that came out of his mouth. He's like, I'm like super impressed right now.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just wait till Dan sees it. It will blow his mind.
There are times when I get like kind of down on my understanding of the medium of animation. You always want it to be better, right?
Yeah.
But then everyone like some of these projects, like kind of handing people off scenes that would normally be relatively easy for me, and then watching like some of the animators who are working on it like kind of struggle with things. it is interesting because it kind of like lets me realize kind of how far I've come, because I know like when I might be struggling with the same thing.
I see, yeah, it like contextualizes your progress for you.
Yeah. Just kind of cool.
Yeah, that is cool. It's nice to have someone also who's directing who you can come to for advice and help with the scenes, so you know they'll be able to give you some good advice.
Mm-hmm. That's part of the job. It's interesting the differences in being like an animation director versus like live action and some of that.
Yeah.
Because you'd think that they would both translate well. One would translate well to the other, but that's not so the case.
No. It's a slightly different way of thinking.
That feels better.
One thing that I really appreciate though is that when you board the animations, you board them for someone at your skill level, rather than sort of simplifying it or paring it down, because you know that other artists who are working on it. And that's really great because it pushes everyone on the project to try and hold themselves to that level, which helps everyone grow.
Could also be that I just don't know how to board for anyone else.
Never learn. Awesome.
I've actually, on the latest Heartboner thing, I've had to kind of bring that into account, which is kind of a new thing in that, oops, I just deleted my drawing. Don't do that.
No.
So I'm kind of used to only having kind of one kind of production focus when it comes to boarding, which is how cool it's going to be, right? Think about the characters and the shot and the angle and all that kind of stuff. And lately, because, you know, Heartboner's got such a quick turnaround, I've had to think about like, oh, well, what about the turnaround? How hard is this going to be for another animator to animate, and how long will that then take them? I have an illustrator I'm bringing on last minute. I can't just put a bunch of new backgrounds on their plate and expect them to do it, you know, to do that amount of work for not enough pay, right? So I have to find like economic ways to do reuse. I have to focus on, I want shots that are still striking, but you kind of focus on the drawing itself being striking and the animation being simple.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, so
The budget for that.
yeah, exactly. There's a lot of like, I've seen great action scenes where they do a lot of those holds where it's like, you know, someone punches someone in the face and you have that slow motion thing where it's kind of like a moving still. Like a lot of that stuff's a really good example of kind of economic but still powerful animation.
Yeah, exactly. Because sometimes you need that to be able to register the motion, and it makes the rest of the animation stronger for the listener.
Mm-hmm.
So it's great because it's kind of a compromise, but not really a compromise, because it actually ends up being to the good of the overall animation.
Yeah.
Yeah, make sure they're
I once worked on a project where the lead on it was saying, like, for the characters in the game,
yeah,
we need to make sure that everyone on the project was able to draw the characters.
Mm-hmm.
And he said this to me as a way to justify choosing the character designs that he did.
And what were those character designs?
Well, for a period like 2 weeks before that, we'd been concepting characters, and there was 3 of us on the project.
Mm-hmm.
And he chose his own character design to go with, and like I'd done a fair amount of different character designs, and he'd done one. Okay. And he eventually went with that one. I was like, okay, cool. And then it's like, yes, we have to make sure everyone in the project can draw these characters. And the project progressed, so it was just being us 2.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, we have to make sure everyone can draw the standard of character. And it's like, okay, so we just we're going with your one because it's the only one you can draw. His
ability was lesser than, like, his draftsmanship ability was lesser than those around. So in order to kind of cater to his ability,
it turned into that.
I mean, sometimes that's the case. I mean, that's a hard thing. to deal with.
Yeah.
Not just because of like your guys' ability, but like, you know, in any production, you have to kind of think about that.
Yeah, there has to be a give and take.
Yeah.
To make sure that.
Would you say that's a good thing to do when you have a team of people with varied skills?
It depends. On like how much time, like how much time is it going to take for this person to grow, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a big thing that we look for in artists, and it's kind of something that you mainly have to discover once they're already at the studio. Is like, are they going to be able to improve and meet those demands?
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's probably one of the reasons that I'm still here at Powerhouse, is because I'm good at learning.
Yeah.
I think like when I first started here, if I look at the ability I had then compared to now, yeah. And so that's something that you look for in someone's art. That's why like good fundamentals are really important, and good draftsmanship is important, because that's what it shows to us. Is not just that like you can do exactly what we want you to, but that if something else comes down the line, you're going to be able to handle it.
Yeah.
And that's also why good attitude is important. You know, we want someone who, when you say, "Hey, I need you to do this," they say, "Okay," because they're less worried about their ego and how they are perceived as an artist, and they're more interested in learning and improving.
Yeah, exactly. You have to be unafraid to fail and just go for it. And figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which, not being afraid of failure doesn't mean that you don't try.
Oh, yeah, no, geez, you don't try to fail.
Yeah.
But you understand that could happen, and it's worth trying anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember doing a group project with a group of people who were kind of both further and so far along the track in terms of draftsmanship.
Yeah.
And I did the character designs for that, and I just did them the way I thought they would look the best. And I always kind of felt like afterwards I should probably have simplified them more for the people who weren't as strong draftsmanship-wise, because the results were very kind of it was spotty in terms of the style and the quality of the drawings, and there wasn't really time to fix it.
Yeah.
Which was a shame.
Let's see. Gurlo says checking out art courses and more to learn about how to better communicate with artists like yourselves. Art courses and more to learn how to better communicate. Okay. Communication's important in any production. Gotta know how to say the things that you need done.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's it's difficult. And I'm learning these things as I go along, because there's definitely yeah, it's, I mean, on Heartboner right now, like, there's simple designs, but, the type of animation that I'm requiring is not easy. Thankfully, Parker is a super diligent worker and is great at taking direction. Because he's struggling a little bit with it, but that's fine. That's how you learn.
Yeah, exactly. But he's taking the feedback that you're giving him and pushing forward with it.
Yeah.
I think struggling is okay as long as you're open about it, and
as long as it doesn't take too long.
Yeah. Like there was a particular panel on one of the pages I was coloring yesterday, and I just sent it over to the artist to be like, I'm struggling with this panel. Do you have ideas for it?
Yeah.
And immediately they were like, try this, and I was like, okay. Because I'd been overthinking it and trying to come up with a solution that was a bit too muddled and busy, and I could feel that I was like trying to tweak it in such a way, whereas if I just took a fresh color approach to it that he suggested, I was like, okay. And immediately I was able to color shift it and move off from a better platform.
That's definitely like a difficult area, overthinking.
Yeah.
Do you say that you struggle with that a lot?
I think it's like before you find the groove or the pattern or the set of guiding rules that you have for maybe a palette approach or a way to render something. Before that period of getting into that, I think there is that kind of area of exploration that takes longer than it potentially should.
Yeah, it's amazing how that happens. Where you can like be working on something for a long time, but the actual production of it might be in like the last half to a third of it.
Yeah.
Like once you find that groove, suddenly it just goes by so fast.
Like we're doing that deadline yesterday, and once India had done like a color test herself, and I'd looked at that and gone, okay, how do I approach this like that? And one of the things I noticed was that she used a lot of kind of white highlighting to show like a strong sun, like the sun coming down,
like a rim
light.
That
kind of western. Yeah, you know how it's western is like there's a sun in the sky and everything's got that kind of
everything's very harsh, very contrasted.
So I was like, okay, that's cool. And she'd also been seeing me work on Coda. So what ended up happening is the approach I took on comic coloring yesterday was a mix between the last two color jobs that I've done, and I just kind of smooshed both of the approaches together into one. Like I was like, okay, I've just found the groove on two projects, and I don't want to retry the same ground for either of those because it's a different feel.
Yeah.
But what if I took the two grooves and made them one groove?
There you go.
And grooved there, and it it worked on some. It worked better on the earlier pages, but as I got more and more, like as the time wore on and I got tireder, I kind of felt like the latter pages could be brought up a bit more. But yeah, we got it done and out. So yeah, I'm rambling, but yeah, I think having that period of reflection and time before you find your groove is probably like 60 to 70% of
the process,
the creative process.
Yeah.
I think it helps having people around as well to show it to and get feedback from.
Yeah.
Because frequently when I'm stuck overthinking something, if I just send it through to Patrick or I show Mike, then they'll have much simpler approaches and make the solutions seem obvious, but it's something that I wouldn't have arrived at the state of thinking I was in.
So hello, Space Dad.
Hey, Space Dad.
I think you can get into a process where you try and keep adding to it to make it better. Like, what can I add to this that'll pull it up? And then you show it to someone else, and they can often have they're not invested or as invested potentially in the time you've spent on it, so they can kind of not disregard the time you spent on it, but they don't have that as an anchor of like, oh, but I've already done all this. So they have a bit more of an objective, have you tried it this way approach, which might save you time and gives you a fresher look on it.
Do you ever find yourself getting stuck on Castlevania, Patrick?
I found myself getting sometimes. There's a couple of shots that were like particularly complex, but for the most part, that stuff it was kind of figured out for me. You know, I just kind of took it to completion. It's a little bit more with the new, like Seis Manos and film stuff and all that. It's like storyboarding is such a stressful process because of that. Because like there's so many ways to take it that you end up just contemplating. You know.
Yeah. Like storyboard feels very anti-deadline, even though the deadlines are very, very tight on storyboards.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you end up doing when you get stuck on those?
When you get stuck on boarding?
How do you break yourself out of?
I mean, what I've been doing lately is I look up a crap load of reference. And sometimes I opt to like I'll like sometimes, for instance, like say someone else has a lot of kung fu in it, and so I'm like, I don't know how to do this flip or something. I'll find a video of someone doing a flip, and I'll just trace it, and then I'll put it on the character model, and I'll find a way to stick that in the scene somewhere, or I just kind of bring in different elements, and sometimes that involves like literally bringing in elements.
You kind of make a animated collage of all the stuff that influences you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I actually have a couple of collages. Wonder if I can pull it up. Let me put this over here. Let's see, reference. Yes, I made this this thing. I was like a bunch of Thundercats and Afro Samurai and stuff like that. And I've got a couple more of these.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I just open up Photoshop, brought in a bunch of things, and I keep it over on the left side while I work.
That's so cool.
Have you ever seen Afro Samurai, India?
No, I think I started watching it, but didn't finish.
Yeah. Stylistically, it's pretty amazing.
Especially, have you seen the pilot for it?
I think so.
That was like insane.
I've been watching Space Dandy lately. Have you ever seen that?
Oh.
I haven't seen a whole episode though.
Thing.
Just little bits and pieces here and there.
Oh, I love it so much. It's brilliant.
It might have become my favorite show.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a big claim there.
Yeah. We finished it now though, so no more Space Dandy.
Make a share folder of summary reference. Oh. Space Dad says Jeff Watts talked about disciplined daily planning at the they're trying to maximize your study and project work attention span. That's interesting. Yeah, how do you stay focused?
Yeah.
India likes to set short deadlines for herself on a timer. So that it's like you have one objective, you have this amount of time, go.
And then you have to stop.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know about that. That sounds scary.
It's really helpful. Yeah. You see like the 30 minutes.
That would make me so stressed all the time.
It's awful.
It's great. I love it. So good. I mean, it's stressful, but in a kind of good way. Because after the 30 minutes, you look at the screen and you have something that you can work from. Whereas normally, I might sit there 30 minutes and just struggle to get even a sketch down.
That is true. You have it gives you something to work with.
Yeah, it kind of forces you to make decisions.
That's an important aspect. I think I learned that by working with like Sharpies.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you just have to accept that you're putting something down and that you're going to work with whatever you put down.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be perfect as soon as you put it down, but you can learn to trust yourself that way.
Yeah.
Yay.
You made me think, so if you're working on the production for an animation, not the storyboarding element, you're almost in the role of a problem solver, where you're like, okay, this is what the storyboard's saying, how would I solve that? How would I solve that shot? Whereas when you're storyboarding, you're almost the problem creator. Like, okay, I need to create enough problems that the rest of the team can manage them and solve these, but not too many problems that it'll get us in trouble.
That's a good way to put it.
You have to limit your ambition with it, and also factor in all of the time, budget, and everything.
Yeah,
it's a lot of pressure.
You're basically doing lesson planning.
Yeah.
Which is like the main reason I wouldn't want to be a teacher. Planning lessons is so flippin' hard.
Yeah. It takes forever. Like everything, it takes about 3 times longer than you think it's going to.
Yeah.
India wrote a course once. Didn't you? You wrote a course once.
Yeah.
You wrote a course?
I did, because I was teaching at college once a couple of years ago. But I didn't enjoy teaching very much.
Really?
I think there are people who are very good natural teachers, and there are people who struggle with teaching.
I think you were in a place where you weren't with the kind of more engaged students who were there for like, yes, please teach me. You were kind of in an area where it was like, oh, I guess I'll learn animation. So
that can be more frustrating.
Yeah. Like, I think teaching has a large spectrum of potential experiences. I think if you had engaged students, you would enjoy teaching more.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, you've been enjoying writing Patreon posts recently, right?
Yeah, that's true.
And that's got a bunch of teaching elements to it.
I guess it does make a big difference if the people that you're teaching are kind of engaged.
Yeah.
Teaching animation on a not very well-funded college course, where most people are just there because art is easy to pass, isn't.
It kind of sucks the energy out of the room.
Yeah. It's very difficult to get people engaged in what you kind of show them. Still though, it is true that you can be a good animator and not a very good teacher.
Oh yeah. I think I talked a little bit about that at some point when I was referring to kind of like how some people learn through practice and kind of can do things instinctually, but they don't necessarily understand the elements of their craft. Or at least how to put it in words. Like, yeah, like communication is a completely different skill than application.
Yeah, that's very true.
Emilio's getting so mad. Getting so mad.
He's so mean.
Mm-mm.
I do feel better.
Hello, Kid Muffin. I like that name.
Hi, Kid Muffin.
Kid Muffin.
Delicious.
Nutritious.
How's it going?
Bodacious. Salacious. I don't know. I'm trying to think of other things that rhyme with delicious.
I like this muffin advertisement you're writing right now.
Yeah, Kid Muffin. The delicious, salacious, bodacious confection. I don't know. I just broke my alliteration string. Damn it! Was doing so good.
So good.
Oh, nutritious. That's it. Nutritious.
Nutritious.
What's this?
I don't know. What's what?
I got someone requesting that I pin something.
That you paint something?
Pin something in the
okay.
tag bar.
Paint me something!
Pin it now!
It's like, that'll be $35. No pay, only paint.
That's too much money!
Yeah, no pay, only draw. Wow, I made
I've been looking at
Emilio a little alien here, apparently. This is why we rotate things, people. Rotate and flip. And realize all the mistakes you've made as an artist.
This is the most frightening but helpful thing ever. No, I don't want to see it.
Don't make me look at it. I'm trying to think of what I want to eat for dinner.
Oh, what are your options?
Everything. It's Austin.
No.
Why is this head so hideously bad?
It's not so bad.
I hate it. Oh, hey, I know this song.
Oh, yeah. Every time we go to a corner shop to get bread or milk or something, there's sort of traffic lights on the way, and without fail, every single time they trigger Mike into singing the guitar solo from this song.
Oh. I really love his more serious
Oh yeah,
songs.
he's got a great
Like,
voice.
Yeah. Keep making cool stuff, Danny.
I mean, he
Like,
talked with
I
us
really
about
like
like his plans for like TWRP and all that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know if I can talk about them here on a public stream, but I'll talk to you guys about them at some point.
Oh man, that'd be awesome. I'd love to see it.
Cool.
Yes. They work together really well.
This is such a great song.
It really is.
Let's see. How's this head feeling now? I'm still feeling a little bulbous.
It's got a hold of all that hair.
Can't tell if I should raise the ear or drop it. Nah, you keep it low.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
that traffic light does trigger me into.
it's this bit that you always sing.
Yeah.
Space Dad says that Denny's vocals and TWRP's music are a match made in heaven.
Yeah, they do work really well together. Like, I have no clue how Danny and the rest of the groups are able to manage their time. It blows my mind how much stuff they do.
Yeah.
Just thinking about the fact that they not only record grunts, but they do voice acting, or at least Aaron does. They starred in series.
Well, I mean, they have like
and
it's like a studio now. Like they have
Yeah.
like a team of people working in there that you never
Yeah.
see.
Just in terms of the two of them, like writing songs as well and touring, doing comedy tours, doing game tours, doing music tours.
Apparently, like that's kind of their solution to like YouTube's faulty algorithm when it comes to pricing stuff.
I think that's how they make sure that they're earning enough money to keep the studio going.
Yeah, like
Yes,
the tours and stuff. This is
Yeah.
not feeling right.
It's a good solution because it gets us to be able to see them and everything. Well,
Mhm.
everybody
Still-
wins.
Still boggles my mind that they traveled over to Birmingham for Insomnia, like one show, well, two shows, I guess.
Well, yeah, because they're doing their show over there as well, aren't they?
Yeah.
There.
Like I used to show the game I was working on at the event that they went to do the meet and greet at.
Mm-hmm.
And it was always it wasn't a small thing, but it never felt like it was attracting an international guest list or anything. So they must have grown it in the last couple of years.
Possibly.
Yeah. Guess maybe the groups have something else going on over there that they are also
Yeah.
doing for.
Like Insomnia used to run in Coventry, which is near Birmingham, but it's a smaller sort of town city. And they moved it from Coventry to Birmingham and set it up in I guess a larger venue. It's definitely grown.
Listen to this sexy saxophone.
I know, right? Sexy stuff. Because they said they were going to tour in Austin, right? So are you going to go and see them?
What's that?
Didn't Danny say that they were going to go and tour in Austin?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to go out and see him,
Yeah.
and maybe bring him by the studio and stuff. I told him like if you can get an extra day or so, and I'll take you guys out for food and stuff.
Yes.
I don't know if it's gonna be Ninja Sex Party or Starbomb. I think it might be Starbomb, or maybe it's just the Game Grumps tour. I don't know. Mufasa asks.
Mufasa.
You have to know it, Mufasa. Leviosa. Says, I have something I want to ask. How's the edit multiple frame function work for you? Well, Mufasa, it's pretty simple. Down here, there's a little thing that says edit multiple frames. You can also do Shift-Alt-E. Once you do that, anywhere where you scroll your onion skin over, you can select multiple frames and scoot them around. You just use the lasso tool to actually select them. I like it. I only use it in certain scenarios, though. Like if I want to resize a bunch of stuff. I wish Toon Boom had that function, honestly.
Yes. I mean, pegs are great, but you don't always want to have to peg everything just to get it to move around. Especially not if it's just a little bit of a sequence.
Exactly.
Yeah. All programs should have that functionality, really.
Yeah. Oop. Loading. But yeah. But yeah, I'm excited for that.
Me too. Get to have all that good Texas food.
All that Texas barbecue. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get you guys down here.
We would just eat everything.
I'm almost out of the barbecue sauce.
Oh my god,
Oh, no.
really?
I have, yeah.
I'm so glad you guys were able to try that Torchy's hot sauce.
Oh, it's so good.
I put that in pretty much everything as well.
It's so good. I'd eat it over sriracha any day of the week.
Yeah, we started just putting it inside just anything we cook. It's now just laced with hot sauce.
We found a new place here called Mi Tradicion, which is a Mexican bakery and Tex-Mex restaurant. And I'm gonna I'm gonna have to definitely like show you guys that place. Now they have real hot sauce. So Torchy's is hot sauce, quote unquote. Like it's not that hot. They have hot sauce that like my friend like put a droplet on his tongue and he had to drink like 2 bottles of water.
It won't stop burning.
Yeah. Now he's a self-confessed wuss when it comes to that, but
Did you try it?
that shit's so good. I just doused my tacos in it.
Oh man. What do they do in the bakery then?
Bakery, they've got everything there. Exactly.
What a guess! I win.
Yeah, so they have like churros and empanadas and all that kind of stuff. Is it empanada? I think that's it. Let me make sure that's right. Empanada. Yeah, okay, yeah, empanadas. They've got all sorts of delicious pastry treats. But the churros are like the best. They have these churros that are like the vanilla churros with like a cinnamon outside, and then the inside is like filled with this warm cream cheese vanilla pudding like stuff.
Oh no.
It's so good. So it's like warm cream cheese vanilla pudding surrounded by fried dough, surrounded by like cinnamon and sugar.
That is the best way to die.
Hello, if you were just tuning in, this is the food portion of Patrick's stream. Where you
Do I always? I think I always have a food portion, don't I? At some point, I'm gonna talk about it.
It's good. I love it. It's one of my favourite sections. I always encourage you just so I can hear about all the amazing Texan food.
Oh, hey, Tibbs. Tibbs says
you.
Patrick is a spice boy. I'll keep that in mind. I love spice.
It's true.
God, now I want tacos. Oh, it's too late to get Taco Deli, though. I don't think they'd be open today. They'd be closed on Easter Sunday.
Oh no!
Yeah, that's fine. There's like there's like a million taco places here. I haven't been to Taco Bell in like a decade.
Inferior tacos?
Oh, absolutely. Taco Bell's like absolute garbage compared to like what you can get here in Texas.
Good to know.
Oh yeah. I mean, some people want that garbage. Like some people really want it, but yeah, not me. Like why would I go to Taco Bell when I could go to Dos Patos, or I could go to Mi Tradicion, or I could go to Taco Deli, or I could go to Torchy's, you know, or I could go to Taco Cabana. Like it's just anything. Like they're all around in the area, and they're so much better.
Hot damn.
You know, you can't get horchata at Taco Bell.
you can get taco.
Which you guys are gonna have to try that when you're 2.
We'll try everything and anything.
Yeah. It's a drink. It's like a cinnamony milk drink. It's really good.
We'll make sure we like book extra seats on the way back on the plane so we can spread our fat over extra seats.
I wondered where you were going with that. The direction, like extra. Why would we need extra?
We could like try and smuggle enough food out of Texas.
Yeah, through your colon.
Put some glasses on it. Put in the extra seat.
What's this? Cat booting up.
I like the guitar riffs in this. These are fun.
Yeah. The guitarist is just insanely good.
Yeah, I'm noticing this.
He's just having fun, having a good time.
Also, if you want stoner food, you go to Whataburger.
What a burger!
What a burger! When he sees that fresh jalapeno cheddar patty, you'll see a grown man skedaddle.
Well, I need that. Any advert which uses the word skedaddle.
Such a good word.
Skedaddle.
Old Texas saying. Like mosey on. Mosey on out of here. Or get along. There you go.
Yeah.
Or just get. That's a very effective word. And by the way, dogs respond to that even if they weren't trained to respond to that. I have noticed. Like, you just tell a dog, you say get, and they get. Which is, I don't like, because I never wanted to start saying things like get and y'all when I first moved here. But I lived with roommates and they taught my dog how to get. And so that's what he responds to.
And now you're trapped.
Yeah.
Tip says the real question though. Do torchies sell beans on toast?
I'm sure you could. Yeah, you could get Texas toast and like some Mexican beans, and like put it on top. That'd be fine. I don't think that you could even get like. I mean, depends what type of bean you want. Do you like what, refried, pinto, black?
Do you guys get like the Heinz sweet tomato sauce over there?
Oh, why have Heinz when you could, have Torchy's hot sauce? Bless you.
Hot sauce on everything.
I didn't sneeze. That was a laugh.
Oh,
yeah. I'll accept the blessing. Either way.
Yeah, you're probably right, Tibbs. Oh, no, that's Space Dad. I'm sorry. You're probably right, Space Dad.
What did they say?
He said it's probably easier to train dogs with monosyllabic commands. I know, like, they kind of like stop it around 2 syllables. That's why Kusith's name is 2 syllables.
Oh, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to try and train a dog to respond to, like, would you kindly move your behind, sir?
I have a story about training a dog.
Okay.
Oh.
And topical.
Proceed. I feel like you had your hand raised when you said that.
No. That would be irrelevant because no one can see me. So, a guy trained his dog to do a Nazi salute.
Why?
And like whenever he made like a Nazi thing, it would like raise up its paw sort of thing, and he made a video of it.
Expecting what?
He made a video
People
of it because
will love this.
It was his girlfriend's dog, so it wasn't his own dog. So he did it to annoy her, and he put the video up. But he's been convicted of like I can't remember what the sentence was, but he's been like facing court time and jail time for it.
Oh my god.
For training
And
someone
he's,
else's
like,
dog?
To do like anti-Semitic Nazi saluting thing. And
I don't think you should go to jail for that.
Yeah.
No, and he's just like, I just did it to annoy my girlfriend,
I mean,
and
it's
this
not
is
very...
happening.
And it's still like a nasty thing to do.
Yeah, it's not very tasteful, but jail time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stop police.
That's crazy. I hope he doesn't go to jail.
Yeah.
Although he'll probably never do anything like that again now.
Yeah.
And neither will anyone else. But yeah,
Oh, he's
that's
an
the story all
alt-right
about.
figurehead? Oh, he's convicted of more than just training the dog. He was doing a bunch of anti-Semitic hate promotion.
Oh.
Was he? I thought it was just a video.
Train a dog to respond to the Treaty of Versailles? What? My dog is a polyglot? The chat's
What's a
exploding
polyglot?
over this.
You're welcome.
Yeah. I'm gonna go use the restroom real quick. I'll be right back. You guys keep the chat entertained.
Sure.
I'm dancing. I'm not really dancing, but you can all imagine it in your minds.
I can imagine you dancing. Shaking that dance.
Yes, what is a polyglot?
Polyglot, is that not someone that can speak languages?
Oh, maybe.
Polyglot. Yeah? Knowing or using several languages.
Nice. I learned something new today.
I didn't, because I already knew what that was. Don't name me.
I'm Mike, and I know what words mean. Not so much of an insult when I hear it back.
Hence why I was sighing.
Yeah, it sounds like a goof to me. But a goof that went horribly, horribly wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
He was saying that if you watch the video, he's incredibly anti-Nazi. Like, the point is that he's trying to do something awful to his girlfriend's dog.
Yeah. Yeah, like, he knows that it shouldn't be doing it. And he's just trying to annoy her. Like, imagine, I think it's just he's trying to cause embarrassment for his girlfriend.
Yeah, because if the
That'd be
dog
funny.
does that
Yeah,
in public, then that's a really bad idea.
yeah.
Like, great, people will think my girlfriend is a Nazi supporter. This is a good thing.
I think it's just a level of ridiculousness
Yeah.
to it.
I like that there's a certain level of conviction required for that, though.
Yeah,
Because you don't just train a dog in 2 minutes. This has to be like a long, repeated thing. So
oh yeah,
he's very committed to this terrible prank.
to this joke.
It could go wrong in many ways for his girlfriend.
It's funny though.
I don't know. I think if you were somewhere sensitive and that happened, it might not be the best thing. Especially, if you were trying to meet people in any kind of capacity where you wanted them to like you and think you were
Yeah.
hiring.
Well,
or...
I mean, it's disrespectful, but
Yeah.
then things which are funny often are.
Well, it's an old video that got really brought up within the modern political landscape.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's crazy the way that works. That is not something you should be arrested for, just something you should be maybe chewed out for. Well, Luke Perkins, to be fair, the dog's only trained to do a gesture which he doesn't understand. Not to hold the beliefs of an actual Nazi.
Oh yeah, it wasn't
Who knows what the
indoctrinated or
dog really
anything.
believes? Believes in the great meatball god that comes from on high. so good.
It's pretty great. I'll give it that.
Yeah, I really like Animator. Yeah, also I thought we found out they existed.
Yeah.
So many bands, right?
I'm
So many good music.
I'm gonna go grab my chocolate bar.
There's so many good music going around that we never get to hear. There's just so much of it.
And you only have 2 years.
I thought you said that you only have 2 years. I was like, do you know something I don't? Am I like due to die in 2 years? I only have 2 years left to discover music, guys.
Yeah. And then your tastes will set. Everything else will just be noise.
Oh whoa, your taste will set. Can you imagine if that was a thing?
Alright, I'm back.
Hello.
Hello.
Good, thanks. Tibbs just a bit tired, but other than that, good.
That's good. Oh, you said Tibbs is just a bit tired?
Tibbs was asking how me and Mike are. I was just saying that we're kind of sleepy, but good.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's feeling fine. Face at least. I think that ear's feeling a little off.
Actually looks okay to me.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, that's the problem. Right there.
What have you found?
Just gonna rotate a little bit. Maybe that'll work. What's some of that synth? So synthy.
Can you imagine if you had a certain number of years to kind of consume media and then your taste would reset and you would only kind of enjoy that type of thing from then on? So you had to kind of choose what genres of things you wanted to listen to because that would be the only thing you would enjoy then for the rest of your life.
No.
How awful would that be?
I don't like this scenario you set up.
It's the worst.
It's terrifying.
You get like just caught in something that is just awful and just no going back.
Oh, looks like Parker's back. Back views for Dan camera from. Hold on, let me just.
Mike's unwrapping a chocolate bar for all those who can hear the crinkling.
Yes.
Well, when are you guys thinking of trying out some concepts on Starlight Brigade?
Hopefully super soon. I've done a few very rough sketches and storyboard ideas. I'd like to get everyone together for kind of a meeting sometime in the next couple of days.
Awesome.
Yeah, eventually I'd like to, hopefully a couple of weeks before the project starts, present a couple of ideas to Dan and Art. And show them some beatboards and show them some concepts and see what they think about them.
Sorry, Tib just said, Mike, eat chocolate directly on the mic.
I'm sorry.
Hello, Jonathan.
I might back away.
Jonathan Coomber.
Hello, Cucumber.
How's your shoulder feeling, Tibbs? Oh, wait, has Tibbs had the surgery yet?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Actually, she had a bit of news about that. I think she is considering delaying her shoulder surgery until early next year.
Okay. I sure hope it works out for him. What is this song?
It's the dark horse of the album. We're in the jungle now. This song always makes me feel like I'm being hunted by something.
Oh, okay. Tibbs says they pushed it back to January. Will that affect production?
It should do in that way. It should be around in the time they would normally be recovering from the surgery.
Okay, let me just double check the sheets on that. Starlight. There you are. Starlight, Starbright. Okay. Let's see. Month. 4. Okay, yeah, so it looks like it actually won't start for the production, so. So really, you could get Tibbs started at any point.
Yes.
That's cool.
It's very cool.
Alrighty, Tibbs. Yeah, no worries, and I hope it, you know, your shoulder feels. Is it excruciating pain? Like, I hope that it's gonna be okay. I don't want to add, you know, unnecessary stress to your shoulder injury.
Mm-hmm.
How am I gonna do this? Oh, let's see here. I'll favor a frame. That does the trick, right?
Always good.
I
Yeah.
heard flavor.
That sweet
Peppermint.
frame flavor.
Also, tips, let me know, are you free any day at the moment? Or are there certain times that's better for you in terms of meeting?
Do. Is that like? I think that needs to be like an official India noise. Yeah.
Take any song seriously. With the India plugin.
Plug in and play.
Any song into bits and box.
I think one of my favorite sounds that you make is your sort of slightly excited pigeon.
Can you give us an example of this, Michael?
I can't, but maybe India will.
I don't know what it is.
What's the excited pigeon sound?
You're like, "Ooh," you're like, "Ooh." I can't do it. Oh, sort of sound.
Welcome to Wildlife Hour on the stream.
Tip says they are free any day right now.
Awesome, thank you, tips.
That was a prime moment for you to be excited. And
That sounds like a strangled pigeon.
You totally do it though. It's amazing.
I bet it's not amazing.
I wanna hear this sound.
Is it like that? Oh!
That's the one. Yeah.
That's an India sound.
Apparently.
But like, if you turn the corner on her too fast and scare her, that's the sound she'll make.
Oh! Oh!
You really are a bird.
That or a random fart noise.
Me? Fart? Never. I am a lady. Paul.
I'm a lady. Very, very gassy lady.
Oh, I do actually make fart sounds just with my mouth when I'm bored.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've forgotten.
You'd forgotten. You thought it's a fart noise.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the old building that Boulder was in Hawkins Street is divided by like a central staircase, and India was going between floors once, and she was just like going up each step, thinking she was alone, and then like someone from another department was like coming down the stairs, just kind of looking at her incredulously, like, what?
They caught me mid-fart. There was no way to disguise it.
They caught me mid-fart.
Yeah. I must feel like such a weirdo.
They probably thought, yeah, this person, I can identify with this person. They're on my wavelength.
That sweet fart wavelength.
Mm-hmm.
Mufasa apparently watched a 2D full feature that was animated by one guy.
Whoa!
Think I know the one they're talking about?
Was that the Makoto Jinkai?
It's the one where I think he was like taping up his arm or something so he could get through the day.
Oh wow.
Oh wait, yeah, that
What,
might be a
the
different one.
Animator?
Yeah, he like tape his fingers up and stuff because he was. I mean, I've actually done the same. Maybe not to his degree, but like, yeah, like I press hard, and so I create this divot on my middle finger.
Oh yeah.
It's like I'm basically giving myself a spoon rest on my finger.
Oh,
Yeah, I got that.
mine's
Yeah.
not that bad. But
Yeah, I should have shown you guys when I was up
tiny
there. Like,
things.
it's kind of creepy looking. I have I have a crescent moon in the middle of my finger.
Yeah.
When I was a teenager, I ended up like burning my hand there by trying to take. I was taking a baking tray out of the oven,
Oops.
and someone had left. I think it was a laminated recipe, or like the worksheets we were working on. Someone had been like passing them out to everyone, and they just like dropped it on my work surface that I was like had my back to. But they put it onto the cooling rack that you would place the baking tray onto. Like, they just put it on there. So I like turned around and took the thing out of the oven and put it on that, and then realized that my baking tray was melting the plastic and my worksheets. So I like tried to grab, and my hand like slipped out of my oven glove, and I like grabbed the thing, and I'm like, ah!
This is an amazing sequence of events.
Yeah. So then I'm like, ah! And then put it back in the oven glove and tried to do it again, and ended up like, it slipped out again because I was so.
And you went.
I was flustered, okay? So yeah, I managed to like burn. Like I had like yeah.
Wait, they're playing the same song again.
I don't know.
Maybe it's the
Sounds like a different tempo.
instrumental one.
I guess a reprise.
Yeah, it's instrumental. You're right. But that's I mean, that speaks to your resilience.
I mean, it's good because now you have like some kind of reinforced scab there, right? So
Yeah.
it's super hardy.
It's weird to hear this instrumentally.
Yeah. No down vocals.
This would sound great on a bagpipe.
Maybe
No one
the
ever
riff,
about
yeah.
anything.
What do you mean said no one ever? It's a beautifully noble instrument.
The missing link between noise and sound.
It's so true.
That's from a Danny Boy skit.
Oh my god.
Where he's talking about like all the instruments countries gave us, you know, and he's like, the Germans gave us violins and these guys gave us pianos, and he's like doing this whole like orchestra thing. Just like, you know, and they're playing like Beethoven's music, and then something like someone drop kicks the door open, and he's like, "Hang on, lads, am I late for the recital?" And he just starts like wailing. I think my favorite video with bagpipes is that one where there's some dude on the street and he's like shouting at passerbys, like, you know, it's the end times or whatever or something like that, right? He's Bible thumping at people, and then like suddenly out the left side comes this guy like casually strolling with a bagpipe, and he just stands next to him and starts playing.
That's using your bagpipes for good.
I'll show you bagpipes.
People, because of the kilt, ask me all the time if I play bagpipes.
The two are inherently connected.
Yes. Oh, yeah. That's from Portland. You can tell because it says it in the background. But yeah, no. I think Portland tries too hard to be Austin 2.0. I mean, that is Portland. Portland is like try hard the city.
Poor Portland.
I'm just roasting them right now. Fuck you, Portland. Like Austin, but with rainy weather.
India,
Dude.
Aoife is asking.
Whoa, Jesus!
Oh my
Oh,
god.
It's
sorry.
extraordinarily loud.
Sorry.
You put your phone on top of the microphone or
I
something.
put it under the microphone. I'm sorry.
It's like mid talking, like silly. The whole jack goes. I was like, ah.
Wait, how did you hear that, India?
It was pretty loud.
I think she heard it through my headset.
Yeah.
What were you
Oh,
saying
wow.
though? Before I was
Oh,
given a fright.
Aoife is asking if we're okay to meet up on Wednesday or Thursday. I don't know. Did you say burn them?
No. I stumbled over there. I'm not sure what's happening this week. We could say yes tentatively, but I don't know if we're going to be doing flat meetings or moving into a flat or still we have to get married. But tentatively, yes.
It's weird hearing this without lyrics.
Yeah. I'm so used to it.
Oh, holy shit! The Totally Tubular collab is almost finished. I'm excited. I think didn't I finish my animation for that in like October?
Yes.
Jesus. Yeah, apparently they had a hard time because like a bunch of people dropped out or something, or people were getting real late on their submissions.
Yeah, that always happens.
Yeah, it does. Because no one's getting paid on that one.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of hard to make them stick to a deadline.
Yeah, exactly.
I just did mine because I wanted to get out my hair as soon as possible.
Yeah, and you could have taken your time much more.
Yeah.
But it's good. I mean, you've got it done for the deadline.
It's weird that it's going to be finishing at about the same time as like the Heartboner project I picked up.
Yeah. Would you ever have thought back then when you were animating your Totally Tubular collab that you would be doing Heartboner?
No, not really. I was kind of doing that as like a publicity thing to kind of get more viewers.
Yeah.
So.
Good though. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait for it to come out. Let's see here. I'm trying to figure out how this head's supposed to move. That's how it's supposed to move. Down and up. That's what it'll do. See how that feels. Yeah, that feels alright.
Yeah, that was great.
Meow. Whew, but yeah, that'll be cool. I'd like to do more things like that, but I've got a lot of projects to do now.
Yeah. They're really fun.
It's crazy to think about what'll happen once my film's done. What the hell am I supposed to do then?
Another film.
Anything.
All those ideas you've been holding back for the past couple of years.
I've talked to Dan about a couple ideas I had about collaborations with the Game Grumps and him.
Oh, that's awesome! Yes!
I wanted to do a tour with Aaron and Ross and a couple other animators.
Oh,
It's like an
my
animation education tour.
wouldn't that be amazing?
Yeah, I think that'd be kind
Holy
of fun.
crap. That'd be incredible.
I think it'd be neat.
Oh my gosh, I'm just like picturing this. That's amazing. Was that your idea?
Yeah,
That's cool.
so I haven't
Yes,
really
please.
pitched it yet because, I don't know, they're busy, I'm busy, we're all doing stuff. But hopefully once these projects are done, I'll be in a good standing and I'll be able to like pitch some ideas.
That'd be so cool. Yes. Yes, please. This is something the world needs.
You think so?
Yes.
For sure.
Did you get contacted by someone called, and I can't pronounce this very well, Bulto, regarding an animated Grumps project?
I have not, no.
Okay.
What is
I'll tell
that?
him. I don't know if you'd have to or not.
Ah, here's that
There's
song
someone
again.
doing
Sorry. Keep going.
a back. There's someone who's doing a project, an animated collaboration, based on some Grumps stuff. And
Oh,
it
okay.
sounds really cool. And there were cool people, so I said I should ask you about it.
Yeah, I haven't been
I don't
contacted
know if
myself,
you
no.
have time. Do you want me to tell them?
You are really breaking up bad. You're gonna have to talk closer to the microphone.
Let me ver-
It's also maybe the connection's getting bad.
If you think you'd have time, you just want to hear more about it, to contact you.
Yeah, it all depends on timeline. You know.
Okay. I'll give them a poke.
Yeah, we're getting red bars and this bar. Either one.
Oh no.
Why is this still so
Unscripted and. It's amazing how this song hasn't gotten old for me.
It really hasn't. It's got good energy to it.
I keep thinking that it's gotta happen. Because this happened to other projects, you know, I've done more than one music project and sometimes you get tired of it, but this one not so much.
Yeah.
Alrighty, Tibbs. You sleep well.
Night night tips.
There you go.
I think there's something in Dan's voice which is like inherently soothing.
He
It makes it much easier to listen to.
could do ASMR.
Oh.
Oh my god, don't. So many people would like him to do that, but
I just want him to do like a tutorial about how to use Discord. That'd be great. ASMR tutorial on how to use Discord.
I'll just say, let's play Discord.
Yes.
Let's play Discord. Why Danny have a Dan?
The aim is just to set up a call with someone.
I like at the end of every call, it's like, no, that's the one that looks like a phone. No, that's the gear. No, the one that looks like a phone. Here, I'll give you a screenshot. I love Dan though.
Yeah, he's so cool.
He's such a good person.
He's just super nice and chill.
Yeah. We're getting there with this.
It's happening!
After I finish this, I just have to do the Seis Manos work for tonight.
And how is that going?
It's going. I haven't quite got to like. I haven't gotten as far as I've wanted to be with it, which is why I'm probably gonna work late tonight on it.
Yeah.
But you know, c'est la vie. It happens. I'm more confident now that I've kind of gotten past the first hurdle of it, which is just figuring out what direction to take it in. You know, again, that's like the biggest thing. For me, once that it was like that with Night Runner, where it took me a long time just kind of think about where I was taking it, and then once I got in the groove, suddenly it was done. You know, like the next day. As far as the scribble pass.
How long did you take between hearing the song and the first concept?
Quite a bit, because like we were discussing it before we actually got to producing it for a while.
Yeah. I was going to ask you some advice on sort of directing projects and how you would suggest doing things in terms of coming up with a concept. Do you think I should work alone to begin with, or do you think I should bring Tibbs and Elle on from the very beginning in terms of ideas?
I think you should probably start by yourself at the beginning.
Okay.
I think, yeah, what you should do is you should listen to the song a few times, work out some scribbles, just kind of like feel it through. Get a direction going. And then from there, they can help you with like refinement and stuff. But I definitely think that like, as far as its idea, like, yeah, like, you know, like making a comic, this should be you to start with.
Okay.
And they're going to be taking direction from you on the project. And so it's going to help if you have a strong idea of where to go. And the only way you're going to do that is by hashing it out and getting that scribble pass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which...
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's a little stressful at first, but again, like with Night Runner, once you hit that groove...
Yeah, stressful but exciting.
Yeah.
I like that the song kicked into its groove right when Patrick said that.
I'm so inspired!
That's what I try to do.
When life syncs up like that.
It's difficult being a director. It's not easy.
Yeah, geez. One of the most difficult jobs.
You're a good director, though.
Thank you. I try. Still relatively new to it. But it helps when you know what you're doing. Like once you know the direction you're taking it, and then you just either fake or build confidence in that.
Yeah. It's good too. I like that you're hands-on with it, because a lot of directors don't necessarily know the various parts of the process which are going to happen with the films.
That's crazy to think about.
Yeah.
Like, really?
Yeah. I think so. I think the best directors, though, are often the ones who are more hands-on with the direction of the actors and the editing.
Yeah.
Everything like that, which is kind of equates to the fact that you yourself are an animator and you can storyboard and draw the designs yourself.
Yeah.
I think any good director worth of salt has got a grounding and understanding that has worked through the fields and made they've made short films on their own on smaller budgets and worked their way up through.
Yeah.
I mean that's definitely like a big part of it is just yeah, I've done short films and stuff beforehand, and also I think you need to have a couple of bad experiences with school projects, school group projects,
Yeah,
which
who hasn't?
like kind of teaches you the hard way to like not be hands off.
Yeah, and also to choose your team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so working on things with a budget is so much easier. Like, and also like being able to hand select people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's super helpful.
Yeah.
An educational setting is tricky because like you're either assigned groups or you can like opt to choose your own, but it's not a limited pool. And there's so many other like loopholes you have to jump through that make it difficult to collaborate that wouldn't necessarily be found in a real world setting.
No.
It's like, okay, how do you work with someone who isn't pulling their weight and you don't have the authority to fire them? Like that's the hard.
Yeah. Not that hiring is easy.
No.
It's definitely
No,
not.
very much not.
Yeah. Especially if it's someone you like.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's a
I mean,
separate thing, though.
yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head with that one, Mike.
Ouch.
Well, I mean, what like what you were saying, where as far as kind of the flaws of group projects in schools.
Yeah. It's like they're trying to simulate, hey, this is what like to collaborate and work as a group. Like, here's some industry experience. And it's like, you don't have the right framework for it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, there's always going to be someone who is just there to try and coast through, and they have to go in somebody's group.
Which is weird because the stakes, their education is there. Like, you know, like things matter, but you do find the people that coast. And it's...
Yeah, but that person would never survive in a company. So.
Oh, well, at least not
hopefully
the right
you're
company.
people. Yeah.
Yeah.
So hopefully you won't have to deal with that situation when you get into the industry, into the studio.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, these body mechanics. So much is going on.
Yeah. So you sort of planned this action head first.
Yeah, his head, like his chest and his head are kind of, or his head's leading the action on this.
Yeah.
And also, like, I
That's
just
why
wanted
you
that really nice arc, you know?
Yeah, so that's what you chose to animate the head first.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
I've been going through this with a couple other animators about, like, how I get things so smooth in the animation. And a lot of it is just kind of, like, really paying attention to those arcs and that spacing. Like, I want, like, this has to, all the ghosting you see here has to make a pleasing form. You know? That means it's moving smoothly. And then I know if I don't want it to look smooth, if I want it to be jittery and stuff, then I want to make sure that this whatever this worm shape is, that all the frames make up should be out of place and all kinds of messed up. The whole onion.
The whole onion. Which you can read about on Patrick's Patreon.
Why, thank you.
Is what I read about it.
Yeah, I'm starting to run out of things to talk about. Covering the gambit here. I'm starting to go into territory where I don't know, like, that well what the hell I'm talking about. Like acting and stuff like that. Things I haven't really studied.
It's still viable to hear you're taking it though, because your acting's really good.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. I always thought it was my weakest area.
That's interesting. Because My Dad's Giant is almost entirely hinged upon the acting of the characters.
It's so flippin' difficult because there's no dialogue.
Exactly, so you're relying on your acting skills there, and it's definitely carrying.
I'm glad you think so.
Yeah.
That's good, because like it's one of those areas where I don't know, like, at all, how that's working. I know what I want to go for, but as opposed to like you know, there's areas that you're more confident in as an artist, right? And animation, and with animation, like the areas I'm most confident in are like, you know, giant heavy things that have simple spacing and arcs and that kind of stuff, but like complex volumes.
Yeah.
Like I can do that, but like once you get into territories outside of that, I get into that area where I'm just not sure if what I'm looking at is good or not.
Right.
You know, which is always fun.
How do you plan your acting? Do you tend to just go from the gut?
Yeah, there's multiple approaches. Sometimes I'll lay out a scribble pass and I'll just straight ahead it, and then I'll kind of like scoot the frames around later.
Yeah.
Try to get the timing down. Like I do a lot of that where I will draw things and then in the timeline I'll increase or decrease timing. Which is the opposite of what Spencer's method was, which was kind of stick it all on threes, never adjust the timing, and then if you want more or less space, you just erase the drawing and put a new one in there that's spaced differently. It was kind of his method, which has its own merits for sure, because he's a fantastic animator. That's one way, you know, laying in a really good drawing and kind of making things move around that is one way. And then like a mixture of methods, you know, you can start out doing something simple and keyed or tweened or whatever, and then ghost that layer and on top of it do something else, maybe more instinctual. And I think I talked a little bit in one of my Patreon posts about like layering the different methods to kind of get where you want. Putting a disposable foundation in there of something where like I know the process enough that I can just lay in something basic. Not interesting, not nuanced, not sophisticated, but I know that if I put key 1 here and key 2 there and do a cushion from here to here, that's generally what I need. And then you just go over top of that with something more interesting.
Yeah.
With that as kind of like a base underneath, and you view it and make it disappear at your leisure.
That's so cool. It's kind of like a first rough.
What's that?
It's awesome. It's like a first rough or a first draft almost.
Yeah.
Because people talk about roughing animation as though that one rough is the only rough you have.
Yeah.
which is kind of counter to the way you would do a drawing, where you would try out a variety of things over the top of one another.
Yeah, I mean, like, again, animation is... it's more malleable than I think a lot of people give it credit for, because it's a process. And I think because it's a process, people view it kind of like making a house, where it's like, oh, well, once you have that foundation in, there's no adjusting it, you know? Which is not the case.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of times where it's like, oh, well, my key doesn't suit my needs anymore, so I'll adjust the key.
Yeah. I often find out that my key has to get adjusted anyway when I put the in-betweens in.
Mm-hmm.
Because things might end up moving differently in the in-betweens to the way I'd foreseen them moving.
Yeah.
And so bits of limbs and follow through on various parts has to be adjusted.
Yeah. How's this feeling so far?
Feeling good.
I think I'm going to add some secondary motion to that fist and make it kind of shake at the top of the apex of that arc.
Yes.
I think his face is what I'm happiest with.
Yeah, that's nice. The neck stretch is really good.
Might fix that nose there, though. That nose is a little busted. But yeah, right there. That'll be nice. I might even add like a little extra time to kind of cushion that more. And then he'll slam it and then throw the paper.
Tantrum activate!
Mm-hmm.
today. Someone said Happy Easter in the chat.
Oh, thank you. It's Emo Giraffe. Thank you very much, Emo. Oh, so much goes into animation.
Yes, there's so many different, so many different stages to it. But yeah, I mean, you could talk about directing a little bit on your Patreon, maybe.
Yeah, I could do that. I'm still relatively new to it.
It's something that you've been doing an increasing amount, though.
This is true.
With the Game Grumps Animated in your own project.
Well, I mean, Game Grumps Animated was like I was the only worker on that. I think I had like one guy help me out with backgrounds, but they were kind of ready for him to take at that point.
Yeah. Oh, if I had time to do Game Grumps Animated, that's something for the future.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, it'll, as far as notoriety, I suppose, is concerned, like, what you're doing now, I think, is higher in those regards.
Oh my gosh. What I'm doing now is coolest in the Avatar.
I was gonna say that, like, in terms of if the idea that video games are made like a slot in terms of like a goal to fill, I was like, you're kind of already doing that.
It's something I've never done before.
Yeah. Again, it's kind of like, you know, it's like being a writer and wanting to do stand-up. Like, stand-up is kind of like an earlier thing that like a lot of comedic writers do, but some people just like doing stand-up. And they want to do it, you know, and it's like, even though they might be, you know, like Patton Oswalt writes for movies and stuff, he still goes out and does stand-up because it's just one of those things.
Yeah, something nice to be like, something sort of casual and short form and
yeah,
slightly zany.
I like Patton.
What's that?
I like Patton.
Oh yeah, no, he's like one of my favorite comedians.
Yeah.
He's a Rabelanian wit.
Yeah, we've seen him in things. He was the voice of Remy in Ratatouille. I could see that.
Oh, good voice actor then.
Yeah, no, he's fantastic. You always know it's him though when he's voice acting.
Yeah. Do you remember the Secret Life of Walter Mitty?
Yeah.
Do you know the guy that keeps phoning him throughout the film?
Yeah.
That's Patton.
He's just a voice though.
I mean,
Yeah.
like, at some point you can watch some of his. Just look up on YouTube Patton Oswalt stand up. I'm sure you'll find something entertaining.
Yeah. That reminds me that I started listening to Harmonstown.
Oh, all right, yeah.
Recommended, which is hilarious.
Oh yeah. I still need to finish up their D&D stuff.
That's what I'm listening to at the minute. It's just the D&D stuff I've been listening to.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's really fun. So there's nothing funnier than listening to a bunch of comedians who have no clue how to play D&D trying to play D&D.
It's pretty, like, funny. Can I do this? Yeah.
Well, like, the answer is usually like, you can try.
Yeah.
Which is like the perfect response that a DM should give.
Yeah.
I also like that a lot of the time the DM doesn't even need to do anything. They'll just riff and go by themselves into ridiculousness.
No, yeah, they're fantastic, and Spencer, who's their DM, is great. Is a great DM, and it was really entertaining, kind of hearing when he was first introduced, which I got to witness on by listening to their early D&D exploits. He was just a guy in the crowd.
Yeah, that was so cool. I really like that they kept him on as the main D&D, and then he ended up going on tour with them and everything.
That's so crazy.
really awesome.
It's kind of a testament to if you're good at what you do, and you're given the opportunity to do it, like good things will happen.
Yeah.
It sounds like what was I going to say? I've forgotten.
Wait, pardon?
I was going to say something and I forgot halfway through saying it what it was.
All right.
Oh yeah, I was going to say that it sounds like it's not too big a crowd in there at the beginning.
Yeah, they grow on them though.
Show.
Yeah.
Yeah, they say they're just in a comic store or something.
I don't know.
I'm interested to know how intimate a show it is. Whether it's just kind of a group of people and friends all in the room of all in the back room of a comic book store just chatting.
Yeah. I don't know. Oof. Oh man, I'm exhausted.
Oh, you can do it. Rest will happen at some point.
At some point. That's what I keep telling myself. I'll sleep when I'm dead.
Oh, sleep is for the strong.
Sleep is for the strong.
Yes,
Okay.
sleep is good.
I think I might sleep soon. Yeah.
It's getting pretty late for you guys.
Yeah.
I guess.
Let's see. Oops, did I do something wrong there? That's fine. Feeling pretty good so far. I think we have some nice roughs to work with. And I'll add a little bit of shake to that.
Okay.
And then he'll bonk, and then woo!
And then woo!
It sounds like a Metroid song right now.
It always reminds you of something, this track, and I can't think what it is. Oh yeah, was it in Saturday that was saying a while ago that they were working on the Samus rune cycle?
Who was? Oh, I don't even remember.
Yeah, I think it was a while ago, but they said, I'm very, very slowly working on a Samus rune from the side. Can I link it to you on Discord when the stream is over?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Cool. Patrick is the right person to show Metroid. Metroid tests to when it comes to animation. Oh yeah, that's something that you can do once this film is over. Your Metroid trailer.
Oh yeah. I still know exactly how I want it to play out too.
That'd be awesome to see some of your designs animated.
I wonder if his hand's getting too small at the top there. I think it is. Amelia's hands are so big, I gotta make sure to keep them big.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he gets a little tiny there.
They're just big enough. Not
Yeah.
crazy big though, like Sonic characters' hands. Don't know how they do anything.
I mean, they're almost there. Yeah, but like Sonic characters, they got weird proportions to work with.
They do. Feel bad for the animators on Sonic games. And I wrangle those hands and feet into.
I mean, they're usually 3D, so except for the Tyson Hess stuff.
Yeah. Did you see the 2D animated Sonic Adventure?
Yeah, looked cute.
Yeah.
Didn't like wow me, but I thought it was cute.
Yeah, likewise.
I'd love to talk with Tyson at some point.
I'm sure I'd be really happy to talk to you.
You think so?
Yeah, why not?
I don't know. He's a big shot. He's doing all them television things.
I guess. I guess.
Forgot how good it is sometimes just to like work from very far away.
It's definitely faster.
Yeah.
Like the only way I got my comic done was just to zoom way out.
Yeah, beautiful.
I need to do it more. I zoom way too far in a lot of the time.
Yeah, it's great for being really precise about things.
Let's add that. Maybe not. Yeah, this is very chill listening music. I like it.
It's really easy to sort of get super focused on your work.
Yeah. I am a fan.
Yes!
I'm gonna try to add a shake to this fist on a separate layer.
On a separate layer.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to put the fist out and then separately animate that.
What's that?
Are you going to put the fist out and then separately animate it?
Yeah, just the hand or the fist itself. Make it like bright red so I can see the difference. Prop the elbow down. Boop. Boop. That doesn't feel good enough. Needs a... Let's see how that feels. Whoops.
Oh, that's really nice.
You like it?
Yeah, there's a lot of force in that.
Yeah.
I'm just going through some of the old drawings now and looking at how off model they are.
Which draw? Oh, for Nightwolf.
And yeah, they seem a bit thinner in some of these drawings. I'm looking between them. He looks like he's like suddenly putting on like 60 pounds or something.
Oh, you know, it takes a while to learn how to draw a character.
Yeah. It's nice to be able to make those corrections.
Yes. Whew. Oh, stretch.
Also, when do you think Heartburner is going to be viewable on their channel? When do you think that Heartburner is going to be?
I think that's going to be an NSP one, yeah.
You know when it's going to be released?
I don't know. I just know that we got to get our bit done by the end of April. I think they'll probably release it in the next month or so.
Ah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Not too long to wait then.
Emo says, drawing the same character from different angles is hard. This is true.
Yes.
No matter how good you are.
It's always hard.
Actually, I think if I go through my Twitter, I had some saved. Let's see if I can't find it. If I go to where's my likes? Go to profile. I think I liked some great perspective things about like drawing the face. Ooh, just got a twinge behind my eyeball. I'll post it in the chat and I'll post it on Discord. These are great little tidbits.
Oh yeah, I saw this one.
And then there's also one on the nose. There's two images on the nose one, I think.
Yeah, these are great. Especially because the finished art looks very simple, but it shows the thinking which is behind it. Yeah, these are great.
Yeah.
Oh no. You know, I was on Twitter feed now and they've drawn like this picture of just a table full of pancakes.
Oh my god.
Butter and syrup, and I'm like, oh man.
Oh, pancakes.
Oh no. I have a mighty need!
Pancakes are delicious.
Yes, they are.
They're so good. I have yet to make better pancakes than that glorious plate of pancakes that I posted on Twitter.
They were pretty good.
They were the best.
I love how easy pancakes are to make too.
Yeah.
That's a big plus.
You almost always have what you need to make pancakes.
This is true. Or like tacos, Space Dad. Tacos are another one. Reminds me I'm starting to get pretty hungry.
Yeah. It's like think about breakfast already.
You did buy that like multiple thing of cereal boxes.
Yes. It's expensive, but I like having a choice.
What's this about cereal boxes?
You know, those like multi-packs you can get.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. If you're like a kid again, you're like, today I will have Cheerios. You're like the cereal king. Do you tend to have cereal in the mornings, Patrick, or do you have something else?
I don't usually eat in the morning.
Oh, right.
I work late, wake up late.
So you hang it all the way in until lunch to eat anything?
Pretty much. I have a lot of snacks around, though.
Yeah. I couldn't. As soon as I wake up every morning, I need it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what time India wakes up, she'll eat breakfast. It's like the first thing she does.
Most important meal of the day.
I think it's just become a habit. Like, it's what wakes me up in the morning.
Speaking of, I'm gonna go check if I have... I'll be right back.
What about you guys in the chat? What's your favourite breakfast edible thing that you eat in the morning for breakfast? I used to have the same thing every day. It used to be like muesli with natural yogurt, some chopped up fruit like bananas or apples or blueberries or raspberries or something on top.
You used to make me some epic breakfast. From what I remember.
Give me the Weetabix.
It was like fruit and syrups and jams and stuff. We were like, it was overkill for breakfast, but it was awesome.
It wasn't overkill. It's a good breakfast.
There was like jam and like all sorts in it.
Well, you had jam,
Yeah.
but I always had natural fruit with natural yogurt.
I had
And
fruit.
some nuts and stuff as well.
I had a banana in it.
Yeah, I can still make you that. It's good.
Yeah.
You have like, I think I had nuts and fruits. I do have sultanas and jam. Because Mike doesn't like nuts because he's crazy.
I'm not crazy. No one likes nuts. It's the whole conspiracy. Lie.
Oh, Space Dad, our friend Rachel showed us how to make amazing pizza dough. We haven't made it yet, but she made it when she was staying with us and it was incredible. And once she made it, we had like 3 pizza bases just stored in the freezer for whenever we wanted.
She left those. You had those after she fell?
Even a giraffe also doesn't eat breakfast. If they do, it's cool, King Crisp, or Fruit Loops, or Fruity Pebbles, or just basic cereals. I had Cookie Crisp for tea. Make this Cookie Crisp. Yeah, it is. I had that for tea.
For dinner?
Yeah.
Ah.
I wasn't super hungry. I think I ate a lot yesterday.
Okay, I'm back.
Hello!
What's up, me?
Welcome back.
Oh, getting hungry.
Yes. That will help either. I was asking people what they eat for breakfast.
I don't know what the hell Neapolitan spaghetti is. That sounds interesting.
Sounds a lot like a breakfast thing. Sounds more like a dinner thing.
Never thought about having pasta for breakfast.
You could do it though.
Whoops.
What's a peep, emo giraffe?
Hmm?
Emo giraffe has been eating peeps all day?
Oh god, peeps. You don't know what peeps are?
No.
Here, let me get you a picture.
I don't think they have peeps in Ireland.
No, I'm not familiar with it.
It's an Easter thing that we do here in the States. They're basically little marshmallow things that look like baby chicks.
Oh.
And they're called peeps. Copy image. They usually come in yellow and pink. Them's peeps.
Pink peeps. Oh! They're awesome!
They are super sweet.
Yeah, they look it. They're just like sugar-coated marshmallows.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
And like the
it's
marshmallow
fun.
is also like super sugary even for a marshmallow.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I mean, to each their own, but these are like a bad time to me.
I'm trying to think of like what do you guys usually do on Easter?
Work.
Well, we do, but in general, people have a day off work and there's chocolate eggs.
Yeah. We have like chocolate bunnies, that's a big thing.
Yeah, we do that too. And sometimes egg hunts.
Yeah, egg hunts. Peeps taste like diabetes. Yes, they do.
Have you ever rolled eggs down a hill in the
Why
for Easter?
for Easter?
Yeah.
Why would you roll?
You paint eggs and you roll them down a hill.
Why would you roll them down a hill?
Because they're like weirdly
Relax
shaped, so they don't roll like perfectly. So you can have like little egg races.
Oh my gosh. No, I've never raced an egg.
Really?
They did egg and spoon races.
Oh, it's the whole rolling of the stones thing.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's so weird.
That's why there's eggs at Easter. It's supposed to symbolize the stone that rolls away from the cave.
Really? I thought
thought
it had to do with the
it symbolized
actual pagan god Easter, who like symbolized like new life.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean,
That was a good. Oh.
God damn you, Sunday school.
they'll just connect anything.
Yeah.
I
Oh, wow.
think I am going to go get food. I imagine you guys are probably going to go to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I will put the... Yeah, there's 11 people here. I don't want to, like, just leave the stream. Well, I mean, I'm going to be on and off doing, like, freelance work, too. Alright, so I'll cut the stream early today. That's fine. It's like 6 p.m., and that's usually when I do it. But, yeah, I will catch you guys later. I wish you luck on your house. Getting a new place. And, yeah, I'm pretty gonna be pretty swamped with, like, Heartboner stuff for a little bit. But, hopefully I'll be able to get to some Night Runner stuff. And, of course, I'll always take a look at what you guys have to offer.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
We will also be pretty swamped with house stuff.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and get some...
I had a feeling.
Is my days at the minute, so hopefully I'm hoping I can get you the first sequence sometime in the next couple of days.
Oh, I'm excited.
Awesome.
Alright, everybody, thank you so much for coming out to the stream. Y'all have a lovely rest of your Easter Sunday.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Yeah.
And thanks, Patrick. Have a good meal.
Yeah, enjoy your food.
I will.
Thank you for having us.
Bye.
Bye.
Good boy there.
Wait, why did I hop out? I'm gonna be coming back to listen to music.
Get out.
Alright, I'm gonna go get food.
Okay, catch you later.
Bye.
Bye bye.